The story of the Bee Gees is one of those inspiring narratives that prove talent, dedication, and effort can transform lives. Barry, Robin, and Maurice Gibb were born for music, but the success they achieved over the decades did not come easily. They were not the children of millionaires. They did not have an easy or guaranteed path. They came from a simple background, faced challenges and sacrifices, and, through sheer hard work, became one of the most successful bands in music history. The brothers were born on the Isle of Man but spent much of their childhood in Manchester, England. It was there that they took their first steps in music, still just boys, before they even understood that they would one day become legends. Their father, Hugh Gibb, was a frustrated musician, but he encouraged his sons to pursue a career, and their mother, Barbara, always supported them. They had neither money nor privileges, only an extraordinary talent for creating vocal harmonies that would later become the group's signature. In the 1950s, the family made the difficult decision to move to Australia in search of a better life. They did not travel first class, nor did they arrive in a major musical hub. They ended up in Redcliffe, a place far from the glamour of international music. But it was there that the Bee Gees began to gain recognition, performing in small shows and participating in radio programs. With great effort, they managed to record their first songs and caught the attention of a manager who saw potential in the trio. The big breakthrough came when they decided to return to England in the early 1960s. The Bee Gees had talent, but they were far from being stars. They arrived in London with songs in their repertoire and an insatiable desire for success. They signed a contract with Polydor and soon after released New York Mining Disaster 1941, their first international hit.
Have you seen my wife, Mr. Jones?
The world was beginning to take notice of the Gibb brothers, but their true glory was still ahead. The single that truly launched the trio into stardom was Massachusetts, released in November 1967. Fame grew, but not without sacrifices. During the 1960s and 1970s, the Bee Gees worked tirelessly. While many artists of the time enjoyed fame and luxury, they were in the studio, composing, recording, and reinventing their sound. It was this extreme dedication that propelled them to the peak of the disco era when the Saturday Night Fever soundtrack exploded in 1977, turning the Bee Gees into music gods. Songs like Stayin' Alive, Night Fever, and How Deep Is Your Love played everywhere, and the brothers saw their lives change forever. Success brought money, lots of it. The Bee Gees became millionaires, sold over 220 million records, and built a fortune worthy of music superstars. But it came at a cost. To reach the top, they gave up a normal life, time with family, and even their own health. Maurice battled alcoholism, Robin struggled with health issues over the years, and Barry felt the weight of the responsibility of keeping the band together. Despite all the challenges, they never gave up on music. They could have stopped after the peak of disco music when critics tried to discredit them, but instead, they continued composing and producing for other artists, proving that their talent extended beyond the stage. Their compositions became hits in the voices of legends like Barbara Streisand, Diana Ross, and Dionne Warwick, demonstrating that the Bee Gees were more than just a band, they were songwriting geniuses. Time passed, and tragedy struck the Gibb brothers with the loss of Maurice in 2003 and Robin in 2012. Barry, the trio's only surviving member, still carries the band's legacy and continues to celebrate the music they built together. The Bee Gees did not conquer the world just because they had talent. They reached their heights because they worked hard, sacrificed, and dedicated their lives to music. From penniless boys in Manchester to global icons, their story is an example of what can be achieved with effort and passion. They did not just make money, They made history. The Bee Gees were not just a successful band. They were a phenomenon, a hurricane that swept through generations and redefined pop music. They came from nothing, faced skepticism, defied fleeting trends, and with pure talent and relentless work, built a musical empire that will never be forgotten. From the suffocating heat of recording studios to the bright lights of sold-out stages, from the hardships of a modest childhood to the glory of becoming immortal legends, Barry, Robin, and Maurice proved that destiny belongs to those who dare to dream and work tirelessly to turn those dreams into reality. And even when the lights go out and time moves forward, the music of the Bee Gees continues to beat on. Their falsettos still echo on dance floors, their ballads continue to soundtrack love stories, and their compositions keep touching hearts around the world. Because legends never die. They are reborn every time someone hits play on Stayin' Alive and feels the unmistakable energy of the Gibb brothers. They did not just achieve success. They conquered eternity.
Nobody gets too much heaven no more. It's